As far as we're concerned, we consider Maine to be home, you know, in a lot of aspects. My grandfather, Casey Irving, acquired the pulp mill in St. John, New Brunswick and then not long after that, in the late 1940s, my father finished up school and he started in the forestry business. And one of his first jobs was working with getting the wood cut and brought to St. John. We're not in this thing to just to say, well, cut the wood and leave and disappear and not leave a good legacy. Okay. For us, it's important that the legacy we leave behind is a credit to us, the employees, the community. We feel very strongly about that. We plant about 70% of the trees that are planted in the state of Maine. And that is, you know, when you plant a tree, you're making a commitment for the next 30 years, 40 years. It's very important that we're efficient in this business. Forest products is a global business, and you can see that by looking around Maine, and not just Maine, look around North America at the mill closures and job losses. Mm-hmm. The outcome-based forestry has allowed us to improve our efficiency. That's the big differential. We're not constantly going in and rebuilding a road or plowing snow or extra cost or running management spread out all over the countryside. It's a much tighter operation. So this is not about, well, we've got Irving running wild, cutting everything and doing whatever they want. Absolutely not. If anything, it's a tighter level of scrutiny. The wood we harvest in Maine, a percentage of it goes to New Brunswick, but a lot of it stays in the state, and a lot more of it is going to stay in the state here once we start up our new sawmill in June in Ashland. Okay. The criticism, if there is criticism, it rarely comes from northern Maine. Mm-hmm. It's rarely that we have the wildlife people or, you know, the local fish and game clubs, mm-hmm. or local community saying, those guys are. But when you go and look, you can't help but come away and say, gee, this is what it should be all about. Mm-hmm. Lots of trees, lots of browse, lots of wildlife, and a lot of employment. Right. And that is quite important. Mm-hmm.